In science, our today's lesson is page number 12 and 13, how to design a nutcracker. Let's see, how can we design a nutcracker? Design a nutcracker. Nutcrackers are tools. People use nutcrackers to open hard shells of nuts. Usually nuts are having hard shells over them, so nutcrackers are used to open them. So before I go and show you some pictures of nutcrackers, let's see, there are some animals out there who are using their parts of bodies to crack the nuts. Some animals also eat nuts because their main food is nut. They are using their parts of bodies to crack the nuts. The tools they use can be part of their bodies. Actually, they are their parts of bodies because they need it all the time to eat. So their body parts are having shapes which help them to crack the nut. For example, birds use their beaks. Can we see a bird here? It's a parrot. And see his beak? It's strong and it's pointed. It helps him, even if there is some space, he can hold the net in between his beak, and he can use his pointed bill to crack the nut open. So birds use their beaks. Squirrel use teeth to crack nuts. Here we can see a squirrel. Can you see her sharp teeth? Sharp teeth of the squirrel. See, up and down here. They're so sharp they help them to eat and crack the nuts. Some animals bang the nut to open it. They throw it maybe from high up, or maybe they hold and bang it against some strong objects to open it, the shell of the nut. Some animals drop the nut from high above to try to break them open. Sometimes some animals, they don't have their parts of bodies shaped to help them to open the nut, so they are throwing the nuts from high above to open it. Look at the pictures of these animals. Now we can see the pictures of these animals. The main thing is their beaks or the parts of bodies. They maybe in this case of a squirrel, he's having teeth, and the parrot is having his bill or beak. And these they must be hard, they must be sharp. That would help them to crack the nutshell open. They eat nuts and hard seed. What do you notice about their mouth? We have seen that it's strong, they are hard, and they are sharp. That helps them to open the shells of the nut. Now we are going to see a video of different animals, how they use their parts or bodies to crack the nuts.
In seed-eating birds like the northern cardinal, which has a short, stout bill that can easily handle, open, and eat seeds. Let's take a closer look. When a seed is picked up by a cardinal's bill, its tongue quickly manipulates it so that it fits neatly into the groove on the upper bill and onto the sharp edge of the lower bill. As the cardinal presses down and moves its lower bill back and forth, ever so slightly, the seed coat cracks in half, allowing the bird to pull the seed out with its tongue, all within a couple of seconds. Another variation in bill shape and seed opening technique is demonstrated by the Carolina chickadee. The chickadee is a tiny bird with a short, thin, pointy bill, good for eating seeds and insects. When the chickadee picks up a seed, it transfers and grabs the seed firmly with its toes, and then chips away at the seed with its bill, kind of like a woodpecker chipping away at a tree. This breaks open the seed coat to allow the chickadee to pull the seed out and move on to the next.
He's learning the hard way that wood is far too bouncy to work as an anvil.
So we already saw how different animals are using their parts of bodies to crack the nuts open. For example, the squirrel was using her sharp teeth to open up the nut, and the birds were using their beaks to open it, and the monkey, he didn't had any special parts designed for that, but he was using his mind and his brain to crack the nut open. He was putting the nut on the tree, and he was banging a stone against it to open it up. Let's see what are the different kinds of nutcrackers we have got. Humans have designed different kinds of nutcrackers. As we can see here, different kinds of nutcrackers. Nutcrackers are usually made from hard, strong materials. They must be easy to hold. They must be hard enough to crack a nut. Because if they are weak and they're not strong, they cannot crack a nut. And even if they cannot hold the nut properly, the nut will slip away. How can you make a nutcracker? By modeling after animals. We have just seen the video of how animals use their beaks, their different techniques to crack the nuts. So now it's your turn now to design your own model of a nutcracker. We have to keep a few things in our minds, that a nutcracker has to be, number one, it has to be hard and strong material. The material we are using, it should be hard and strong. We can see here we can use wood, we can use metal, iron. Here again they are using wood. We cannot use any gas, we cannot use liquids, or these kind of things to design a nutcracker. So it has to be strong and it has to be hard, and it should be easy to hold. We could hold the nutcracker easily, and the nut should be fixed properly in the nutcracker. We can see in each of them they have made a proper place to hold the nut, so the nut should not slip away. See, they have made a groove here, some place. If Because if it's not these kind of places, the nut will easily slip away. So there should be a proper place to hold it properly, and they should be hard enough to crack the nut. Because already when we will be using hard and strong materials, then only they can crack the nut. So you have to design your own model of nutcracker. Then you have to label the materials used in each part of the cracker. Like for example, how we can label, we can tell this that is a metal, this is a wood. We can label different parts. If usually they are using the same material throughout their nutcrackers. Here the whole nutcracker is made of wood, here too, and here these two nutcrackers are totally made of metal. So you have to label your nutcracker, that which materials you are using. Then you have to share your design, compare it with others' design. Other designs, maybe other students will be sharing their own designs. Then we can discuss that how we can improve our designs. We have to think very carefully. So your today's homework is page number 13. You have to draw the model of your nutcracker and tell which materials have you used to design the nutcracker.